Drugs. See your girl in the park. System overload.
This is Sean O'Malley, and you're watching Full-Time MMA. Don't be a bagel bite, bagel bitch boy, bagel bitch back.
Let's take this off the screen. Wrong one. I'm trying to take the face thing off. There we go. Why is my shit pointing way up? What's going on, Full-Time family? Are you guys ready to start the show? Holy flying flipping flapjacks. I'm still kind of blown away from the press conference. I gotta admit, right before the stream, I was just watching some of the highlights of the press conference. Conor McGregor was on fucking fire. And if you're being unbiased, you would agree. People got on here, wow, you really turned into you're a real Conor McGregor dick. Get the fuck out of here. You must not like Conor. That's the only reason you don't, you know, if you're coming into this hating Conor McGregor, I get it. But if you're unbiased, I was being unbiased. I wasn't being a Conor dick. I'm just watching those highlights again. Conor McGregor was on fire. We're going to break down that entire press conference, man. So many angles, guys. We're about to break this shit down, and we're about to do like a full breakdown on this, and we're probably still gonna have more shit to talk about. It's 4 in the morning my time. Good morning to everybody wherever you're at. Salute to the chat. Let's fucking talk about it, man. It's crazy. That's what Conor was on fire. Yo, he was, let's wrestle. You're going to be wrestling my knuckle out of your orbital bone. Oh, my God, Conor, why you got to do him like this, man? It's unfair. He don't even speak English like you, brother. You're fucking him up right now. Chill. Yo, Conor was on fire. Now, I mean, this isn't going to help him in the fight, but the press conference, Conor was on fucking fire. The Mac is back, and that's facts. I'm just letting you know. And with that being said, I mean, there's multiple ways I could start this show off, you guys. I'm for sure going to start the show off giving a shout out to the Full-Time family. I'm going to check out the chat. But there's multiple ways as far as how we normally start the show. There's multiple ways I could start this show today, because right before the show as well, while I was at work a little earlier today, I got an email, and that email was from motherfucking Stockton Slaps. He hit me up with both of the tracks, you guys. He did it. He was sick for a little while. He was down and out, but you know what? He's pulled through. You know, some get well soon type shit. He's better now, and the master is back to work. I mean, he sent me and these are the multiple ways we could start the show. He sent me the Sean O'Malley remastered by Stockton Slaps, the Eminem Killshot remix, as well as the Fire Snoop with the Darren Till edition. He got it done. We could start this show off with the world premiere, but that's not what this show is about. This show is about McGregor versus Khabib. So there's only one way to start this show, Full-Time family, right after we break down, or right after we shout out the family that's already in the building. There's only one way to start this show, man, and that's the McGregor versus Khabib motherfucking remix, man. This is the perfect time, the press conference, the back and forth. So that's how we're going to start the show. But salute to King Silent and Coco Butt, 23 fames in the building, as well as Aikiani. What is going on, everybody? How's it going, man? Coco Butt says, imagine if the fans were there. And that's another thing. That's really as much fire as McGregor was on. Imagine if the fans were in there. For one, that would have been a security hazard, because I'm not going to lie, that's another thing I wanted to say. I don't even think I liked as dark, I mean, Dana White used that word, as this went, as political as this went. It got religious even. I mean, one of the fans asked a question to Khabib, and then he asked a question to Conor, and he asked Khabib, he started off by saying, like, salam alaikum to Khabib, you know, like saluting him. And then he was like, now, Conor McGregor, something about your whiskey. And he was like, yo, don't say salam alaikum and in the same sentence as whiskey. Don't do that. Khabib got kind of offended. And Conor was like, chill out. Salam alaikum, then took a shot, like, and then afterward, it seemed like he mocked it a little bit, like he said it again. Like, that was weird. I was like, ooh, what the fuck, dog? This is crazy. Could you imagine if the fans were in there and the shit got political and religious? I mean, he started talking about motherfucking Russian millionaires that are locked up and they brought Putin into it. Holy shit. Like that, like I've been saying from the beginning, this is deeper than rap. This is deeper than rap, you guys. So salute to you guys. Let's start this off with the quick little 60-second, 90-second UFC Yankovic, McGregor versus Khabib Cardi B I Like It remix. We're going to play this, then we're going to break down this press conference. And if you don't enjoy this, just skip forward 90 seconds. And if you're listening live, you're about to hear some dope shit, but I'm sure a lot of you have probably heard it by now. Let's run this, and then we're going to break this all the way down, as well as at the end of the press conference. At the end of the press conference, McGregor got into it with Khabib's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, and he called him like a terrorist snitch, and he said something about Noah. We're going to break that down. This is so much deeper than rap, and Dana White brought that up. Like, I tried to get, I did not even want that to happen. Like, could you imagine if the fans we're trying to keep these guys' crews separate? So he didn't want Ali Abdelaziz. He was trying to keep all of these motherfuckers separate, and that still almost happened, and that was with no fans. And yo, we're gonna break this down. We're gonna break this down. We got all the quotable lines as well. This is gonna be hopefully a dope show, and then I'm gonna try and be in bed and awake to do tomorrow. The show is gonna be a UFC. Sao Paulo and a Bellator 205 preview, and then just run down of the news. And this is going to be a panel as well, so if anybody wants to hop in on Google Hangouts, I know it's late, a lot of the normal people aren't going to be in because we're streaming at 4 in the morning my time, and that's not usual. So if we don't have anyone else hop in, that's fine, because we might even get sidetracked, and we got a lot to break down. So let's start the show and then start this breakdown. They call me Conor McGregor, there's no one better. I'm a fuck Khabib, a bingo, rematch for money, Mayweather. If this dog shit Dagestani thinks he can stand with me, I'll damage him and leave him panicking. Let Russia know I am the king, I don't like you, won't even pretend to try to. I've waited this long to fight you, you shouldn't have fucked with my crew. You ambush Artem Lobov in the hotel lobby, so we went and called gang. Now I'm coked up off of Molly, now I'm coming to the stage. So I think that you should probably stay the fuck up out my way. Somebody get me a dolly. Was Conor McGregor fucked up today or nah? He was feeling it off that motherfucking proper 12, and that is facts. You could hear it in him. He took one too many shots, or a big ass shot, but whoa. Yo, Conor McGregor, what the fuck is wrong with you? Come here, let me smash you like chicken, just let me humble you. You take all these drugs, but you won't take home a W. If we fight in UFC or if we fight with guns and crews. No, let me stop it, you don't want me to take it there. If you want, you can take a bear, send location, and I'll be there. Hey, Kevin Pereira, chupe mi huevos, por favor. No, but now we're about to start the news. If you don't enjoy that, I don't blame you, man. Everyone has their taste, but I do got to start this show off paying our respects. Heavy heart, man. The Brazilians founder, Glenn Robinson, is the Black Zillions founder, Glenn Robinson, is dead. This is unfortunate. I mean, this dude really did a lot for the sport of MMA, the UFC. He was a coach of Tough with his team. I mean, he had a lot of fighters, championship caliber fighters under his team. Rashad Evans, KAMARU, USMAN. I mean, the list goes on. His daughter, I believe, took to social media, and it was a heart attack. It says, Glenn Robinson, the founder of the Black Zillions team based out of Boca Raton, has died due to a suspected heart attack per MMA Junkie. Robinson's death was first noted by reporter Christopher James on his Facebook and later confirmed by Robinson's daughter Sam via social media. For anybody, I know there's a lot of MMA fans that watch this show that was affected, wants to show up. There's the details for the service that his daughter posted. Black Zillions team was formed in 2011 as the brainchild of Robinson, who was the president of Iron Bridge Tools, a successful tool manufacturer. Since founding the camp, Robinson worked with the likes of Rashad Evans, Eddie Alvarez, Vitor Belfort, Anthony Johnson, Volkan Ozdemir. I mean, top level guys, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, RIP to Glenn Robinson for sure. And yeah, man, so let's get this. I definitely want to start the show off paying our respects to that, but this is going to be a big show. But hey, it is what it is. Let's get it started. And salute to Jorge One Man in the building. What is going on? King Silence says, took a picture because the leader is making Khabib father pay for land. Let's talk about it. Yo, I don't know what you're talking about there, but definitely let's talk about it. So we're gonna break this down. We've got multiple articles that have sprang up, and really what they're covering is just the different angles of the press conference, everything that was said. So we're gonna read pretty much from some of these articles, but it's quotes from the press conference. And one of the first things at the press conference was Conor McGregor predicted how the fight would go. Now, he wasn't super confident, but he said, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round, but I have been wrong, and I'm ready for 5 rounds. He said domination. As long as it takes, I believe 1 round. He has a glass jaw. The Chechens, my Chechen friends, the soldiers, they told me they had chicken jaws in Dagestan, and I believe them because I know a glass jaw when I see one. I've seen this man wobble many times. I've seen his brother sparked unconscious in another promotion. I know he's afraid of a smack, and if you're afraid of a smack off me, a smack will feel like a double-barrel shotgun. So I believe inside the first, but I have been wrong before, and I will be prepared for 5 rounds. You're looking like a fighting veteran. I've come through it all. I've been through it all. I've been on both sides of the world. Yo, I'm not just going to read all of this because I'm sure all of us have saw the press conference by now, but and I just feel like as I'm reading it, I'm not doing it justice. You really can't read a Conor McGregor quote out loud. Like, even in your head, you read it in his voice. Like, you just don't do it justice. Like, I need a Conor McGregor accent. Like, I wish we could actually play the audio and not get, like, a copy strike, but it is what it is. He predicted a first-round finish, but he said he's prepared for 5 rounds. I mean, he showed up. He had the proper 12 there. There was no monster cans, maybe to save the media. Who knows? You know, none of those. We're going to talk about also proper 12 of being an official sponsor of the UFC as well. But, yeah, so he made his prediction. But Khabib, you know, he didn't just take it. He had some good points. And also, Khabib didn't seem too shaken up. Now, there was at least one moment, and he was like, I don't know, what's going on right there? Did our stream cut off for a second? I feel like it did. I think it did because that's what the notification said. But it was when Khabib responded and he told Conor McGregor, like, you're not speaking your Irish tongue. And that kind of caught Conor off guard, it seemed like. But then I felt like Conor recovered pretty well because he came back and he was like, he started speaking and he was like, you want to know what I just said? You shite yourself on the bus. Like, I was like, oh, Conor came back. Even if he was caught off guard, he came back pretty well. So, yeah, my bad about the stream disconnecting. That's unfortunate. I don't even know why that happened because I'm direct connected. So that's unfortunate. So hopefully it doesn't happen too many times. But Conor made his prediction, and Khabib did respond. He said, you have to fight boxing because you can't compete with high-level guys who have wrestling. You fight with small guys in featherweight division, and these guys who have wrestling, they give you a lot of problems. What are you talking about? Your wrestling's a 0, your grappling's a 0, I'm going to maul you. So let's wrestle, kid. Let's wrestle the 6th of October. Let's wrestle. And Conor was like, yeah, let's wrestle. Let's wrestle. Let's wrestle. You're going to be wrestling my knuckle out of your orbital bone. Conor was on fire, dog. I mean, you know, Khabib did make some decent points, but this is the thing. Conor McGregor's takedown defense is actually pretty underrated. I mean, his grappling is underrated. And if you think he hasn't been training like a fucking madman for this fight, I think you've got a good reason to believe that, but I think you're wrong. Because, I mean, I seen somebody point this out. They said, do you think the proper 12 is good for your cardio? You know what I'm saying? He's drinking whiskey. I mean, I think he's good. He's probably not getting drunk every night. But one thing he did do with that proper 12 and drinking it tonight is make a whole lot of people watching that thing want to try it. And I'm sure he sold a lot of those bottles. He's a dope salesman. And Conor put that on display as well tonight. I mean, selling the fight, selling his whiskey, and he even showed his fucking future fights. Possible future fights. Conor McGregor usually ain't giving people props. When they asked him about Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier, he said, no, both of them are solid, good competitors, great fighters. Conor McGregor, that might be, you know, Conor McGregor's firing right in that time. You might think he's, you know, would just fire off on those guys. But you know what I saw there? Him building up one of his potential next opponents, because if he gets through Khabib, he could be fighting the winner of Diaz and Poirier. And so he's already starting to build that fight up. They're worthy adversaries. They're both good-ass fighters. Now, once the time for the press conference, he's going to be all over their motherfucking heels. But, I mean, he was just on fire tonight, selling everything. And maybe he went over the line with some of his trash talk. But this shit's deeper than rap, man. That's what's gonna make this. That's what makes this fight so big, because these guys are gonna settle it in that octagon, and that's part of the reason the fans weren't allowed in there, because there would have probably been a motherfucking riot or a brawl. I mean, And could you imagine, like, the fan, the laughter, you know, Khabib's got some diehard fans, too. If the fans, Conor McGregor fans, drunk off the proper 12, I wonder if there were some Khabib fans who low-key bought some proper 12 tonight. Just because, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Could you imagine that, though? Drunk-ass fans in that stadium, all that deep-ass shit that was said, or dark, as Dana White said. He reacted to the press conference as well. He said that this was the darkest press conference he says the darkest he's ever seen Conor McGregor, and he used dark to describe this press conference. But he said he's the best ever at mental warfare, and maybe he took it a step too far. You be the judge. He said Conor McGregor is even better at mental warfare than Muhammad Ali. Now, I don't even know if I was alive when Muhammad Ali was fighting, and if I was a motherfucking baby. But I even feel like, I don't know, you know, maybe we're a prisoner of the moment here. Conor, maybe he's right, maybe he has a point, but I just feel like Muhammad Ali was trash talking before trash talk was motherfucking trash talk. He didn't have buddy to go off of. I think Muhammad Ali was one of the greatest trash talkers before, you know, a fight promotion, before it was even a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't really have anybody that was doing research for him. Conor McGregor came prepared, and if you think Conor McGregor was the one going through motherfucking Wikipedia and whatever the fuck else they were going through, Conor McGregor's team, and it wasn't even just Khabib. That's another thing that you gotta put. Conor McGregor came so fucking prepared. He knew so much information. It's like, holy shit, Conor McGregor's team. They do their research, because it wasn't even just Khabib. He brought up some shit on Khabib's manager that I personally had never heard about, and that got broken down by the media as well. We're going to look at that, and that's kind of crazy. He was like, Conor McGregor's got ammo for everybody. I mean, I'm sure, and you know what I'm saying? He backs it up. That's the thing I was going to say, but that he was saying a lot of fighting words, and I think on UFC.com they might have used, these were fighting words, but shit, there was damn near fighting words between him and Ali Abdelaziz, and Ali Abdelaziz throws down. Now, I'm not saying he could whoop Conor or nothing, but I'm just saying those were fighting words. They had to be careful. That's why they had a lot of security there, and they were in New York, off tops, where the whole first shit happened. And it's crazy because this press conference was still so fucking lit, and Conor McGregor had to kind of still say no comment to a question or two because he's got some legal situations going on. Whether it's his plea deal or whether it's the Michael Chiesa lawsuit, he still kind of got to be careful what he says, because that's going to be used against him in the court of law, whatever he's saying at this press conference. I'm sure Michael Chiesa's lawyer was eating that shit up whenever he was talking about the bus and how you shit yourself on the bus, and, you know, if you would have came out of the bus, you would have been in a box. I would have been in jail. Like, you know, that's just gonna, I'm sure they're gonna put that in Michael Chiesa's lawsuit. Like, you hear him? He had fucking deadly intent out there. He was trying to kill somebody with that fucking dolly. Like, they're gonna use that, dude. And he was still saying, you know, he was trying to be reserved, but he also got loose at the, you know, lips when he got a little tipsy, and that was not for motherfucking show. That proper 12 is some strong shit. Conor McGregor took like 3 shots, 4 shots, and he was starting to get faded toward the end. And he was even funny with that. He said, "Yo, we better face off before this bottle's gone, because I don't think you want me here with him, and I got an empty bottle." Like, oh shit, dude, what the fuck? Like, I was watching that shit by myself at work, and like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, saying shit out loud, laughing out loud, like, couldn't believe what I was watching. I thought that shit was epic, honestly. So Dana White reacted to it, and here's his statement. You know, even on Muhammad Ali, he said it was dark, man. He said it was the darkest press conference I've ever been a part of, but Conor McGregor is a master of mental warfare. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He's better than anybody, even Muhammad Ali. You don't want to say anybody's better than Ali, but I think when it comes down to the mental war game at this sport, or any sport, Conor McGregor is the best ever. He's up there. Now, I'm not going to be the one to say he's better than Muhammad Ali. Of course, Dana White's going to say that. Conor McGregor's his fighter. And by the way, they just inked a motherfucking new 6-fight deal with McGregor. Of course, he's going to say that. But I think I might have to disagree. And I wasn't even in the Muhammad Ali era. I just think, back when Muhammad Ali was trash talking, man, I don't think there was nobody trash talking. You know, there wasn't no WWE like that back then. I don't think, where there was just like great trash talk available. Like Conor McGregor's got to study Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, you can surpass, you know, the legends, but I just don't know if he's done it yet. But man, he's fucking up there. And I'll say this: a lot of people talk about, oh, mental warfare is not real. If you think mental warfare is real, blah blah blah. No, that shit fucking is. And Conor McGregor is amazing at it. One of the best ever. He's getting. If you think he didn't get in Khabib's mind at all, you are fucking loony. Now, Khabib might have gotten his mind at least for a little moment as well. Shit, Khabib's skills are in Conor McGregor's mind, I'm sure. But this press conference, Conor McGregor, the master, was at work as far as the press conference aspect is concerned. That shit was, he was on fire today. But yeah, he said, here's, Dana White continued, he said, here's the thing about McGregor too. He's so good at it. He studies. He studies every little thing. He talks to people. He finds out stories inside of a guy's camp. Look at the whole thing he did on The Ultimate Fighter with Uriah Faber and TJ Dillashaw and Cody Garbrandt and all those guys. At one point, he had Cody Garbrandt jumping up trying to fight him. He's the master. He's the best to ever do it. Nobody does it better than Conor does. Now, there's some people that can talk some good shit. I got to admit, your boy Full-Time MMA can talk some good shit. But a lot of people that talk that good shit, they ain't fighting like Conor McGregor. They ain't becoming the UFC champions. You know what I'm saying? There's some people that talk real good shit in the WWE. Like, you know, there's some trash-talking motherfuckers out there. I mean, comedians. Like, there's some really good trash talkers out there. But the difference between all of us and Conor McGregor is Conor McGregor's out here becoming the fucking UFC champion, knocking motherfuckers out, beating every style, defying all odds. Conor McGregor's just, you know what I'm saying? He's great at trash talk, but there's something about being able to beat everybody up. Everybody that puts in front of you. Now, he got those few losses early in his career in the one to Nate Diaz, but what he's doing to these champions is fucking insane. Jose Aldo, Eddie Alvarez. I mean, that's insane. And what he did, you know, so that's crazy. And then, I mean, the business acumen that he has, he sold a lot tonight. The fight, a lot of pay-per-views. I'm curious, like, he did a lot of heavy lifting tonight. Khabib, you know, Khabib was probably affected, but this is the thing. Well, no matter what was said tonight to Khabib, Conor McGregor just sold a lot of his motherfucking pay-per-views. Sold his ass off. Khabib, you know, so, and he probably needs that. We're going to talk about that. Salute to El Chapo. He says Khabib's going to sleep. Thank you for the $2 in the super chat, good sir. Khabib's going to sleep. Yo, it could happen. I'm not going to lie. This is crazy, man. I mean, and I was saying that, you know, I started off my prediction. I was leaning toward Khabib. I mean, closer we got, the fight was announced. Some of the shit Conor, you know, leading up, the training videos he put out, I was at 50-50. After the press conference today, I'm still at 50-50, but I don't know, man. I don't know. And a lot of the stuff going on, like, with Khabib's team. Like, you know, Khabib was talking about how he doesn't fight for money. He fights for legacy. Well, he might actually need to. I mean, this is a big money fight. I don't know how much he needs, but one of the things Conor was talking about and why this is deeper than rap was, like, Khabib's sponsor, that, like, the details, and I believe we're going to cover him on the show, like, the details of that guy. There was, like, a Russian millionaire dude or billionaire dude, and he, like, was investing into MMA, and he invested into Khabib's team, and that dude got locked up. And if you recall, after one of Khabib's fights, he, you know, like, spoke in Russian and asked Putin some shit, and when it was translated, they said he was asking him to, like, pardon that guy and, like, help get him out. So with that being said, from outside looking in, it looks like one of Khabib's, like, big sponsors, like, the whole team is in some trouble right now. Maybe Khabib does need money at this point. Who doesn't need Conor McGregor money? I don't give a fuck who you are, what your legacy is. You still want money, whether it's not for you, even if it's for your family, your kids, your teammates. Everybody wants money, but that's another topic either way. But so yeah, we're gonna be breaking all of this down. Conor McGregor was talking about the wrestling. We kind of already talked about that. You know, he talked about Khabib's wrestling and the funny back and forth with the let's wrestle. But he said you die for the legs and hold on to them for dear life. What kind of fighting is that with your little fake belt over there? Oh, and by the way, Conor McGregor showed up with both of his fucking belts. he said it. And I brought my own belts because I knew they wouldn't have them for me. had both of his fucking belts up there, brought his own proper 12. He was not fucking around. He was pouring the shots, and then Dana White said, you know, he thought he was going to, and other reporter asked Dana White, they was like, did you think Conor was going to throw that drink in Khabib's face? That didn't cross my mind. I thought he was actually trying to give him a shot. Conor McGregor just, I didn't think he was going to throw it in his face. That would have been fucking crazy, though. But they asked Dana White that, and he was like, I thought he was going to throw it in his face, too. That's why I was like, no, chill, chill. You know how fucking bad that would have been. That would have been embarrassing. That would have set it off. Teams would have rushed the stage. If Conor would have threw a fucking shot, the glass, not the cup, but even just the drink. If he would have threw a drink at Khabib's face at that fucking press conference, we probably wouldn't have got to see the fight. There probably would have been a stage brawl. There probably would have been fucking arrest. You think Khabib's just going to sit there with fucking whiskey on his face for the rest of the press conference? You're fucking crazy. You think Khabib's crew is just going to let that shit happen? Khabib sit there soaked? No, dude. There's no way. That would have been so fucking crazy, dude. Coco Butt says The Rock versus Conor and trash talking. Yo, The Rock is... That's what I'm saying. There's some trash talking motherfuckers out there, dog. Coco Butt says, will Khabib make weight? And if not, will the fight still happen? The fight will still happen. You got me fucked up. You know, because this isn't, you know, it's not like Conor's just fighting. It's not like these guys are just fighting for the belt. It's not like just some regular fight. These guys want to fight each other. These motherfuckers want to scrap. I mean, the only way this fight don't happen is if someone gets injured. Now, will Khabib make weight? That's another question. I think he will. I think he will. I don't think we have to question that. He's made weight a couple times since the whole tiramisu incident. We don't even talk about that anymore because he did make weight. He made championship weight to win the belt. And so, but if he misses weight, I think the fight's still on. Only way this fight doesn't happen is if someone gets injured. These motherfuckers need to be in bubble wrap anywhere they go. They need to have light the floors. They need to put out a carpet. It don't got to be red. We ain't got to treat them like superstars. Conor McGregor can be red. Could be. I mean, we can get him a red one just to be fair. But I'm just saying, no cords can get in these motherfuckers' way. Bubble wrap. No more hard training. Sorry guys. Hope you're prepared enough. No more none of that. And we ain't got no more days of hard sparring. Nothing, because we can't risk this fight. No injuries, and if they miss weight, really don't give a fuck, because I think the fight still happens. But it would still be kind of weird, because Khabib, what happens if the champion misses weight? Has that happened? Has that ever happened? What happens if the champion misses weight? I really don't know. Viking Savage says Khabib has yet to cut weight. Jorge 1. El Chapo says, get on Conor at 17 out of 10 for KO TKO, and let's celebrate the proper 12-second victory. Yo, man, I've been working a lot lately, you know. You might know if you've been watching the live shows. So after a couple more weeks, if I can get some more shifts, bro, I'm gonna pay off this payday loan and shit, and I'm gonna start gambling on this shit, man. I think I figured out like a website starting to be legal and shit. I think I figured out somewhere I can. Y'all heard of mybookie.com. Like, there's all type of websites and different places you can go. And so I think I'm gonna do that after I get this payday loan paid off. But I can't do it until then, because that would be fucking absolutely crazy to do. Conor looked small, says Jorge 1. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really see how they sized. Like, I didn't really look at their size. I wasn't even looking at that when they sized up. I was like looking at their faces, like what were they saying and shit. But I mean, yeah, he probably. I imagine he is gonna be smaller in there. You know, former lightweight Khabib. I don't think he could make lightweight if he fucking cut off a hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's definitely smaller than Khabib. And that's why if Khabib gets his hand on him, like I said a long time ago, we might see the first real-life motherfucking powerbomb. And that was a little over-exaggeration, but Conor McGregor could definitely go to Suplex City in this fight. If, you know, Khabib gets his hands on him in the grapple. Like, if Conor, depends on who he's been training with. You know, some people have been wondering and questioning who's Conor been training with, and has he been training with high-level wrestlers and grapplers? We haven't heard anything about it. And so, and my theory is maybe he's trying to keep that secret. You know, he don't want no fucking rats in this camp. There's a whole lot of fucking rat shit going around in MMA. Am I tripping? I mean, am I tripping? I don't know. And it's just lately. I mean, that's another topic for another day. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow or something. But, I mean, it's crazy because there's something we're going to talk about too, and I'm not going to dive too deep on it because it's we don't have all the details, but we do have some. Like the whole Ali Abdelaziz at the end versus Conor McGregor. Like Conor McGregor had some shit on him. Ali Abdelaziz was in a book and shit, dog. I got the passage. I'm gonna show you guys that. So it's gonna be pretty cool, you know, and you can go do your own dive down a rabbit hole if you want. But I'm gonna start that motherfucker for you. I'm gonna show you some things that I found out. That's part of breaking this thing all the way down. So speaking of his wrestling, yeah, he said, you dive for the legs, hold on to him for dear life. What kind of fighting is that with your little fake belt over there? After you beat the 11th ranked real estate agent and you bring that belt on stage like it's a real belt, you're a phony, a fake, and I'm going to expose you. Now you're up here with the real shit here. You're with the real dogs now, brother, yeah. And you're going to be smoked on October 6th, live on pay-per-view. And I'm going to love every fucking second of it. I hope it's a long night. You're going to be wrestling my knuckle out of your orbital bone. So we're ready for war. We're ready for all the outcomes, all scenarios, looking at supreme confidence here. We're going to go out and enjoy this contest on October 6th because, again, that's all I'm doing it for, because I fucking love it. I don't have to do it either. It's just because I love it. That's it. Would you believe he's 26-0, an unbeaten amateur in the professional game? I mean, he's fucking fought nobody, absolutely nobody. Anybody that he's fought has been decisions. He's in over his head. I'm going to pick him apart and bully him in there and absolutely maul him. That's it. He said he's going to maul Khabib. The nerd, that would be crazy. But that's not even possible. I mean, you know what I'm saying? As far as grappling isn't concerned, maybe mauls him on the feet, but he's not gonna maul Khabib. Conor McGregor was feeling himself a little bit clearly, but at the same time, he was confident. I don't know if I didn't sense that it was false, and I think it might have been my boy Jorge 1. It might have been Jorge that said, or somebody else. They sensed like maybe like some false bravado from the alcohol, and I definitely think he felt something from the alcohol and some bravado, but I don't know if it was false. I mean, Conor McGregor seemed confident. I mean, and does he believe every single word he said, like he's gonna absolutely maul Khabib? I think he believes it. I think Conor McGregor actually believes that shit. Will it happen? I don't know about that, but I think Conor believes that shit. And he makes a lot of good points, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk about it a lot right now because I don't want to bring the fight down or anything, but I mean, when he says Khabib hasn't fought anybody, that's not all the way true. He definitely fought some very talented fighters in his last few fights, for sure, and even RD8, Edson Barboza, Michael Johnson, Ali Quinta. He's fought some tough fighters, but to be fair, none of those guys are top 5 fighters in the lightweight division, right? Only guy that Khabib's really fought that's a top 5 fighter in the lightweight division, really. And some of those guys might have been when he fought on, like, was Michael Johnson in the top 5 then? He might have been, but he's nowhere near there now. But either way, he fought RD8, very impressive win. But in that 26-0, you know, it's not like a murderer's row is all I'm saying. So, I mean, Conor McGregor makes some good points. I believe he probably believes what he's saying. You know, he probably believes what he's saying. But it is what it is. Are we reconnected? We're reconnected. All right, full-time family. Sorry about that. I'm probably got to reset my router or something. Was found. So at the end of the press conference, if you recall, Conor McGregor went off on Khabib's manager, and he called him a terrorist snitch. You know, he named him Ali Abdelaziz, and even said some shit like, "Where's Noah?" or "What about Noah?" He was like, "I know more than you fucking think, dude." Like, he even did his home. He didn't only do his homework on Khabib. He did it on his fucking manager, and he brought up some shit that is really deep, really personal, and some shit that Ali Abdelaziz's manager probably doesn't really just want thrown out at the biggest press conference fucking ever. But Ali Abdelaziz, I mean, say what you want about what you're about to hear. He's got his fighters back. That's one thing. He's a great manager. He gets his fighters great opportunities, and he has his fighters back. Now, with that being said, whenever he called him a terrorist snitch, he actually wasn't just name calling there. So, check this out. He says, "I came back for the love of this to come back." That was him talking about Khabib. So afterward, and we're gonna play it. So check this out. This is what happened.
Blue lips. Breathe, kid. Take a breath.
Get this shit out of here, man.
Shut your mouth. Ali Abdelaziz. Mad terrorist. Terrorist snitch. I know a lot about you as well, you mad rat. I know a lot about you as well. You keep your mouth shut, kid. Let me take my picture. How's Noah? How's Noah? Huh?
Alright, so that's just a part of it you saw right there, just a quick 20 seconds. But so with that being said, you saw that and it was like, yo, this motherfucker does his research. Now us, we don't know who the fuck Noah is, and we don't know, you know, when he's calling him a terrorist snitch, a lot of people were probably like, oh, Conor's racist, he called him a terrorist. No, there's actually he just did his research. Check this shit out, man. So it says, let's get to where it was at. Where's the paragraph? Might be right here. Right here. It says, why did Conor McGregor's call Khabib's manager a terrorist snitch, right? So here it is. It says, all right, as for what could be behind the terrorist snitch remarks, well, it appears as if McGregor may be citing the book. This is a book, guys. He's citing a book. Conor McGregor was reading fucking books, or someone in his team. Oh my God, the amount of homework that was done here. So it says, they were citing a book, Enemies Within, inside the NYPD's secret spying unit, and Bin Laden's final plot against America. Bin Laden, NYPD secret spying unit. So now we're going to continue. Here's the passage. Check this shit out, dog. Just in the beginning, I was like, yo, what am I fucking reading? And I just sharing it with you guys. I'm not really giving no opinion. I don't know the details, so I can't really give too much of an opinion. But this is what I'm just showing you guys what Conor was talking about, because this shit is crazy. Here's the passage from the book. Cohen did share his best informant with the JTFF around 2008 with disastrous consequences. His name was Ali Abdelaziz, an Egyptian mixed martial arts expert. The NYPD recruited him in 2002 when he was 25-year-old sitting in the Colorado jail cell on charges of document forgery. Abdelaziz became an asset in the NYPD's long-running investigation into the Muslims of America, an extremist group based in rural Virginia. He was among Cohen's most important and best-paid informants, earning by his own account hundreds of thousands of dollars for his efforts. So just right there, I mean, you don't have to go too fucking far deeper into it. They got the whole passage, but just right there, like it says, this dude named his best informant, and it just talks about, you know, and then the book name talking about like Bin Laden's final plot against America or something. So that's what he was talking about when he said terrorist snitch. That's a little bit of it. That's just to get you started. You can go down your own fucking rabbit hole. I ain't got time to do all that, and that's not what this show is for. But I'm just showing you what he's talking about, because I found that fucking crazy and interesting. There's a book with Ali Abdelaziz being caught. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I don't have an opinion on that, but and that's why Conor McGregor or someone in his team posted on social media, said there's a lot of fucking rats going around right now. You know, because recently John Jones just got his suspension lifted. And if you look into the details of the documents, it says he got 30 months lifted by working with USADA, cooperating with USADA to potentially flip on somebody else. And if he stops cooperating, they can hit him with that 30 months. You know, and that's not really being put out, and that's kind of interesting to me. I don't really know why. Maybe it's because, I mean, what do? Like, come out and blast that shit? Is Dana White and USADA like, yeah, everybody, John Jones, we're going to clear him because he's fucking telling on somebody. Like, they can't do that, right? My question is, it's crazy because, like, it's kind of, there's a narrative, and I don't get it. Because there's two narratives, and I'm just in the middle, so I'm just going to watch it. I'm not going to try and fucking psychoanalyze that shit. But there's a narrative that John Jones had a contaminated supplement, even though they tested 14 supplements and none of them were contaminated. So, but people are still saying that it was a contaminated supplement, although none of his supplements were contaminated on this hand. And also there's the documents that say he's got 30 months knocked off for telling on someone. It didn't say because he was innocent. So that's just a whole nother situation going on. That's another topic for another day. We're talking about the McGregor vs. Khabib press conference, but that was Khabib calling his manager the terrorist snitch. But oh, that wasn't all. That wasn't all. He also brought up Noah. I didn't know who Noah was. Mike Russell on Twitter says, FYI, Noah is the son Ali abandoned in Colorado when he started as an informant for the NYPD, and who he is $50K behind in child support for. The notorious MMA does his homework when preparing for war. A source close to the family says Ali Abdelaziz recently tried to clear up his more than $50,000 in 11 years of outstanding child support by offering to pay his son he ditched In 2006, $10,000. And the lowball offer came with the caveat that his mother, who raised him, did not get a dime of it. I still got child support from 1991. No, but on a serious note. So, rumors have it, allegedly, Ali Abdelaziz, like, abandoned that Noah guy. Conor was saying, how's Noah? How's Noah? What the fuck this guy does his research? That shit that hit you later. There's no way when you're watching that, none of you, unless you're deep in the loop, none of you knew what he was talking about when he went at Ali Abdelaziz. That's the shit that hits you fucking later. What? Who's Noah? Like, fucking, I'm just saying, you know how Drake's kid got revealed recently. Now, this is a completely different situation. It does involve someone's kid kind of getting revealed to the public, but completely different still. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of what it kind of reminded me of. But still, he was like, how's Noah? How's Noah? And then brought up all that shit. So that's fucking crazy. I didn't know none of that. That's crazy, man. But that came out of the press conference. That's some craziness, and so that's part of breaking this all the way down. There's a few other things that came out of the press conference and that didn't come out of the press conference, like the announcement of Jon Jones' next fight. Let's pull up the chat before we get into the rest of the show. We got a few more news topics, the Simp segment, and the Simp segment, and then I'll ask you guys if you want, or if you're ready for the world premiere. We can do that if you guys want. If not, I'll preview it on tomorrow's show. But like I said, if you weren't here in the beginning of the show, salute to Stockton Slaps, man. They reached out and they did the tracks. They remastered professionally, got them sounding amazing. The Sean O'Malley Kill Shot remix, the Eminem Kill Shot Sean O'Malley remix, as well as the Fire Snoop updated, motherfucking remastered with Darren Till versus Snoop Dogg. He turned that into a masterpiece. So if you guys want to hear that, we'll listen to that as well. But let me pull up the chat first. Someone says, are you in Eastern Standard Time? No, I'm Central Standard Time. So I'm 1 hour before that. Right now it is 4:45 a.m. my time. And after this, I might just shut it down and go live again and talk about UFC Sao Paulo and Bellator 205. And that, because the way I'm doing it now, I'm going to have to shut this down, go to sleep, try and wake up in time to go live, and then go to work. So I might just do another live stream right after this to break down the fights this weekend, because this is all about the Khabib versus McGregor press conference. So with that being said, let's pull up the chat before we get into the rest of the show. Jorge 1 in the building. Salute to you, good sir. Viking Savage in the building. Exist BMX. Coco Butt says, who and when will Jon Jones fight? We're going to talk about that right after the Simp segment, good sir, because that's one of the things that did not come out of the press conference that a lot of people expected. So don't ignore the facts. Jorge 1 says, Viking Savage. El Chapo in the building. Salute again. Thanks for that $2 in the super chat earlier. This is crazy shit, full-time. Pay-per-view gold. Yes, sir. This is insane. I almost didn't expect that, right? Like, Conor McGregor clearly going to be the better trash talker at the press conference, but I just did not expect it to be that good. And there's some people that weren't entertained by it, but I have a feeling a lot of those people are people that really don't like Conor. You know, they don't like his antics. You know, so maybe they were like, oh, that shit sucked. But that was a deep-ass press conference. Corey 1 says, so snitch, yeah, but where does the terrorist thing come from? Wasn't informing on terrorists. Yeah, I didn't read all the way into this. Let's check it out. It says, and as far as the terrorist thing, I think it comes from the book. If you like look deeper into the details, like, but the title of the book, and yeah, like I didn't break it all the way down, but I was just kind of giving you guys, if you know, a frame of where that was coming from. You know what I'm saying? Why he called him a terrorist snitch. And it just so happened that the book also happened to be talking about bin Laden's final plot against America. And so I don't know what terrorist it was. I don't know if it was, you know, a group that's like not actual terrorists that's here to like kill fucking America, or if it's just like a group of people that's considered a terrorist. You know, some gangs are considered terrorists. I don't know if it's like he was just classified a terrorist. I don't know. I didn't like do all of that because honestly, it's not really any of my fucking business, and I don't care that much. Like, it doesn't matter to me what Ali Abdelaziz did because I don't. You know what I'm saying? What does that got to do with me right now? Like, you know, this is about the fight. That's just what it was into, and I don't have the book. You know, like, you got to do some serious digging, and I was at work, so I didn't have the time for that, but I was just showing you guys where it came from. But as far as why did he call him a terrorist, it says something here. It says he became an asset in NYPD's long-running investigation into the Muslims of America, an extremist group based in rural Virginia. I don't know if that's what he's talking about with the terrorists. Let's see. I mean, if you want, we can read the rest of this. Cohen wanted to share Abdelaziz, who is known in files as confidential informant 184 with the FBI, so that he could work overseas. The Bureau agreed to sponsor Abdelaziz and provide him with a special green card so he could enter and leave the United States. He worked in Trinidad and Tobago, Venezuela, and elsewhere, but the more the FBI agents worked with him, the more suspicious they grew. On April 8th, the FBI's demand NYPD's officials took Abdelaziz to the Bureau's office downtown, where Agent Michael Timpton strapped him to a polygraph machine. Are you now in New York City? Are you currently employed? Is it Friday today? And you know, what, like they do at the beginning of a polygraph, it says, when Timpton asked Abdelaziz if he intended to be honest with the FBI about whether he told anybody that he was a government agent, Abdelaziz said yes. The machine said that is a lie. Templeton seized on it. Polygraphers commonly use that question to spot double agents, people working as a spy for one agency but whose true loyalties lie with another. He pressed Abdelaziz, the FBI. So I believe, and I heard this as well, part of when I was reading this article, but not the actual passage, that he was working for the FBI as the informant, and then he kind of like might have flipped on the FBI, which maybe that's why he's calling him a terrorist, because he was working against, he was like a double agent. So, you know, it's pretty deep shit. But as he pressed Abdelaziz, I don't want to read this motherfucking book. We don't got the whole book, but hey, we're on it, man. We're breaking it all the way down. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're already halfway there. The FBI agent began to believe that he had told people in Egypt about his secret life. Again and again, Abdelaziz denied it. The polygraph said he was lying. Templeton continued until finally Abdelaziz asked to use the bathroom. Realizing that things were not going well, NYPD officials in the room tried to smooth things over with Templeton. They offered him explanations for why Abdelaziz might have seemed deceitful, but when Abdelaziz returned from the bathroom, tension remained. As Templeton delved into Abdelaziz's past, the NYPD abruptly ended the test. It was an embarrassing moment. The department's prized informant was apparently lying. The FBI closed the file as deceptive, with no admissions, interrupted and terminated by the NYPD. The FBI severed its relationship with Abdelaziz, and the government tried unsuccessfully to deport him. So there's a little bit of where that shit came from. There's a whole book, I guess, you know, with a deeper passage. If you're a big reader, you can probably check out. But yeah, man. That being said, yeah, double agent. Yeah, I think yeah, maybe that's what they're talking about. But yeah, man, deep shit, man. Valentine T said, what up, full time? What's going on? I'm Valentine T. Hashtag free John Jones. Yeah, man, but at what cost? No, you know what I'm saying? How did he get free? That's kind of interesting. Kyle Parrish says, my name is Kyron. I work at McDonald's. Well, hey, Kyron, man, motherfucking, how's it going? You off work? You at work? Motherfucking, work hard, man, wherever you work. You know what I'm saying? I hope you got a good shift and shit. I don't even know what to say to that. How's it going, Kyron? Yeah, let me get a free Big Mac. Hook me up, like El Chapo said. That's what I need, a free Big Mac. Fuck you talking about. Viking Savage says, you got any codes, bro? Online promo codes? I can use that shit in my area. I mean, we can really use one over here. I'm just saying. Viking Savage has kind of killed this man with a few words. He had a lot of words. Oh my God, Dad, they said I'm just sitting there like, wow. Viking Savage's Khabib did not look that much bigger, but it's only because CONOR already is basically walking around 160. I reckon he's very, very light already. Look at his Instagram. Oh my God, I'm dead. Valentine is going to smash you on us, says Mike Hunt. All right, yeah, shout out to Yo Jordan, Mike Hunt, Viking Savage, everybody, Kookie, and even Ryan from McDonald's, Valentine, everybody in the building. It's time for everybody's favorite segment, the Simp segment. Yes, full-time family, it's time for the Simp segment. We got a quick Simp segment. Mackenzie DERN taking to Instagram. Holy shit for all the simps out there. I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you. Holy shit. Is that a fucking MMA fighter or a supermodel? What's going on? Somebody tell me. That's Mackenzie DERN for you, full-time family. And that's where the hype is from. I'm just saying. That's not all the hype. She's got some great jiu-jitsu skills. I'm not gonna play Mackenzie Dern like that. But you can't sit here and motherfucking lie that there ain't out of the 92% dudes that watch this show, 83% of them are like, yikes. You know what I'm saying? And then like 5% are gay, and the other 7% are like social justice warriors. Like, I don't like girls. I don't like girls. I don't object. I don't like looking at women in seductive poses. I don't look at their thirst traps, even though they post that shit for you. I don't look at that shit. Get the fuck out of here. But like I said, it's not all simp shit over here. You know, this is just Instagram. This is what female fighters choose to post. It could be an announcement of a fight, like UFC 231. Motherfucking Joanna versus Valentina Shevchenko is going down in motherfucking Toronto. Are you kidding me? Two of the female goats fighting highly anticipated rematch, but the first time it's going down in MMA. These girls fought 3 times in Muay Thai, and yes, Valentina Shevchenko won all 3 of those, but this is MMA. This is the cage. Joanna Jędrzejczyk is looking for redemption. Will she be able to get it? You know my honest opinion? Hell no. I'm just giving you my, I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, respect to Joanna. It's going to be a great fight. I mean, and Joanna's likely better than a lot of the girls in that flyweight division. But none of those girls are beating motherfucking Valentina. Sorry to motherfucking let you know. It's not going to be Joanna. It's not going to be Sarge Eubanks. It's not going to be Caitlin Chukagian. It's not going to be none of these chicks. I don't see none of them except for, we'll see how the rematch goes with the girl that already has a win over Shevchenko. But I don't even think she's fucking with Shevchenko, to be honest. But we will see. Shevchenko, though, 125. This is her division. And by the way, one of the things people ain't really talking about, man, Shevchenko, we know she's got the answer to beat Joanna. You know how we know that? She was able to motherfucking pass that kryptonite down to Rose. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like Rose was just whooping everybody's ass, but she whooped Joanna's. And you know why? She was training with Valentina Shevchenko. That had a big part to do with it. So she was able to motherfucking pass that kryptonite to Rose. You think she still ain't got it? You're motherfucking crazy. Either way, it's going to be a great fight. And it's going down at UFC 231. And it's kind of unfortunate. I kind of like, yeah. I was kind of hoping for Nunes versus Cyborg and this fight at least on the same card, right? Like, that would have been a huge fucking opportunity for, in my opinion, WMA. I don't know how, like, what the opportunity extends to, but it would have been definitely the greatest night in WMA history for whatever the fuck that's worth. I mean, you got literally the featherweight female queen on the same card as the bantamweight queen, on the same card as the flyweight queen, on the same card as the former strawweight queen, on the same damn card. That could have happened at 232. We're going to spread it out, spread the WMA out a little bit. That's cool with me. I'm excited to see both fights no matter where they happen. It's going down at UFC 231. Let's see what else is going on down at on the Simp segment. We got Megan Anderson taking to Instagram in the black. For all the Simps out there, the Megan Anderson Simps, Throwback Thursday. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Antonina Shevchenko, also announced by Valentina's sister. I said versus Antonina Shevchenko because this is her Instagram. But no, that's another thing I gotta say. I'm glad Antonina shared this because check this out. Even if Joanna gets wiped by Shevchenko like she very well could, I would like to see Joanna versus Antonina Shevchenko. What are you talking about? You don't want to see that? Yeah, no, none of these chicks can really fuck with Valentina, but that actually is kind of awesome because I wonder if they can fuck with Antonina. Like, yeah, no, you're not gonna, like, even if you lose this fight, let's see if you can beat Little Sis for any of these girls. Nico Montano. Any of these girls that have a history with Shevchenko, I want to see him fight Antonina. I want to see Nico versus Antonina. She'll probably beat the brakes off of Nico. I'm just saying. Antonina Shevchenko, let's go. Felice Herrig taking to social media, showing off them motherfucking abs. And you know what? This is the Simp segment. We ain't gonna turn this negative. I mean, it wasn't gonna be like a bad thing as far as looks, definitely, but just some shit. You know what I'm saying? Coach pointed out a while ago, like the eye test. You know, a lot of people have been talking about just getting Andrade on motherfucking steroids. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just something that I thought about right there. Cat Zingano, Alpha Cat Zingano, looking to potentially get back to that bantamweight title shot. She got that win over Amanda Nunes. Some people even believe that Nunes is scared of the rematch. Valentina Shevchenko. I don't know, man. Valentina Shevchenko is almost kind of like Conor McGregor in the sense that they almost don't feel like a real fucking person. They seem like people from movies. Valentina Shevchenko hits bullseyes, shoots shit, she hunts, she fucking is one of the best fighters in the world. She looks like a goddamn supermodel when she goes out for poses like this and shit, you know, with clothes on. It's not like she's showing her skin all the time. She got on a goddamn cowboy hat and a long sleeve shirt, and she just looks fucking stoic. Like, you know what? Like, it's crazy. I've said this in the past. She should be in like a female action movie, like fucking not a superhero movie, but like the Transporter. But make it the fucking female version. You know how they're doing the female version of everything? Put Valentina in that shit. She needs to be taking acting class. Well, I don't know, maybe she's too real for that shit. She's probably just too real to act. It's crazy. Like, you would have to fucking write a movie to get a chick like Valentina Shevchenko, and here she is in the fucking UFC before our very fucking eyes. This is, it's kind of crazy, man. To me, like, you know, sometimes I think about Valentina Shevchenko, I'm kind of like lost for words. Like, what the fuck? This chick is real, and she's out here, one of the best fighters in the world, just doing everything, and then she don't look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it is what it is, man. Carla, as far as the simp segment's almost over, guys. Put your fucking dick back in your pants. Jessica Panay, Angela Hill, Two Straws MMA show. They got an MMA show. Looks like, I don't know if it's a podcast or what. Maybe we can get an appearance. Who knows? Who knows? But salute to them. Alright, guys, let's motherfucking end the simp segment. I know, you guys don't want to.
This is Sean O'Malley.
But
You're watching
put your dicks back in your
MMA.
pants. I don't know. I hate when I need to close that. Alright, guys, what's going on? We're back. We got a few more things to talk about before we end this show and start breaking down this weekend's fights. Crazy press conference, simp segment. Put your dick back in your pants. Pause. That's kind of weird, but you motherfucker, you simps out there, you know who you are. No, but with that being said, let's break down the rest of the show. We got a few more things to talk about coming out of the press conference that happened and that didn't happen. And one of the things was Conor McGregor praised Dustin Poirier and Nate Diaz when asked about him. He was like, yeah, man, I think it's going to be a great fight. Two amazing fighters. Nate Diaz is tough as they come. Dustin Poirier took that loss to me on the chin, came back and showcased the good mental strength, and he's had some great, phenomenal fights and wins inside the octagon, and I'm very, very much looking forward to it. We'll see what happens after, so I wish both of them the best of luck, and we'll see. That's a potential future opponent. Winner of that fight could be fighting Conor McGregor, so, I mean, he's kind of already being a fucking master salesman, not only selling tickets to 229, not only selling motherfucking cases of proper 12 tonight, but also building his potential next fight, not downing his potential opponents. He could have said, who cares about that fight? It's the McGregor show. But he upped them both. So if he was happened to win and if they happened to get the call, people would be that much more interested. Like, yo, those guys are good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gave them their respect. So that's what I saw out of it. Conor McGregor being a fucking master salesman. But I mean, he was still spitting facts. They're both talented fighters. But of course, he mentioned, you know, he took that loss on the chin to me. He pointed out the fact that he, of course, beat Dustin Poirier. With that being said, let's pull up the chat real quick. I see my boy Valentine T or Yo Jordan says full time's a clone. How'd you know? How did you know, man? Chill. Don't tell people that. Valentine T says rap devil track for Conor versus Khabib. I already did the Conor versus Khabib track, man. I already did it on a different beat before the Rap Devil even came out. I'll do Rap Devil for probably whatever the UFC 230 main event's going to be. I'll probably do the Rap Devil, though. And also, if you guys want, before we get back into the show, let me know in the chat. I mean, we got 45 people watching at fucking 5 in the morning, so good morning to all of you guys. That's kind of surprising. I still haven't been to sleep I still haven't been to sleep tonight, this morning, since last night. You get the point. But I'm going to be, after this show, we're going to be, after we talk about the press conference and everything, McGregor Khabib, maybe another 20-25 minutes, we're going to be shutting this down and going live again because we got to break down UFC Sao Paulo as well as UFC Bellator. I'm tired, guys. Bellator 205 and UFC Sao Paulo for this weekend. So yeah, with that being said, I'll play it at the end of the show. Salute to Stockton Slaps. We got to play him. World premiere at the end of the show. We're going to do it. Let's talk about these few topics real quick. Then we'll play the new remastered, professionally produced Eminem Killshot Sean O'Malley remix, as well as the Fire Snoop Darren Till, that whole ordeal. We remastered the Fire Snoop. It all sounds dope. We're gonna play those at the end of the show. Love from Malta. Much love to Malta. How's it going? Andy Kurana, how is it going? And if you guys are new, it would be super dope. Much appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Even if you ain't, you know what I'm saying, if you're here for the first time. You ain't even got to hit the notification bell. I mean, you can if you really enjoy what you're seeing. But even if not, do me a solid. Hit that subscribe button, even if it means nothing to you. It really helps us over here on the channel, and we do this every day. We are on the constant grind. So salute to everybody new. Salute to the full-time family. Everybody watching on replay tomorrow when I'm at work, or you're at work, or whatever's happening, or I'm asleep. Salute to everybody, man. It's a great time to be an MMA fan, and I'm glad you guys are here with me on this show. With that being said, check out the chat one more time before we get out of here. Someone said fire Snoop. Yo, I would fire Snoop right now. We're going to do that later. We're going to do that a little bit later. I'm hitting that subscribe, man. Good stuff, Angelo. Top 100. Hey, I really appreciate that, Tano Rodriguez. I really appreciate you hitting that subscribe. And with that look down, you're now a full-time MMA white belt. Thank you very much if you hit subscribe. Also, there should be a notification that goes off, but it is what it is, man. If it doesn't, sometimes it's janky. Coco Bus says I'm subscribed for life. Well, that's much appreciated. And salute to El Chapo as well, man. So, yeah, with that being said, he praised Nate Diaz. That's not all he did, though. Also, he signed a new 6-fight deal that includes whiskey, but no boxing. So, Conor McGregor signed a new deal, and that kind of goes to what I was saying, you know, as far as building this next fight. Even if McGregor loses, I don't think he's going to be gone. He's still, you know, because this could really happen. Conor McGregor could lose. Nate Diaz could lose. They could both really lose. And then we could still see Conor versus Nate 3. And then, like, that would make Khabib versus Poirier crazy. You know what I'm saying? The guys that beat Conor and Nate, holy shit, would that be crazy. Well, dude, there's so much that can happen. John Jones is back. Joanna versus Valentina. Fucking Cyborg versus Nunes. Kayla Harrison in the fucking lightweight tournament in the PFL. How can you not fucking love this sport, man? How can you not? Like, and it's just a fucking amazing time right now. UFC's about to go to ESPN. I'm just kind of fucking happy, man. I don't know why. Just as a fan, it's not like I get nothing out of this shit, but I'm just excited to watch all of this unfold. I can't wait. Yeah, it's so unpredictable, the UFC. We all thought we knew they were going to announce the John Jones fight the night before fucking John Jones gets cleared, and he's still not fighting in Madison Square Garden. What? He's from New York. Why not? What the fuck? Oh, my God. Dana White said 100% that's not happening. They're working on the main event. It could be Woodley versus Covington. What the fuck, guys? It's crazy, man. A lot of shit coming up. Proper 12 actually made in Bushmills. I can't wait to try fucking Proper 12. Shit, I'm trying. I don't even know if I've tried Jameson, but I heard a lot about Jameson. But I think that's for rich people and shit. But yeah, man, I know you don't have to be too rich for Jameson, but I know it's up there. It ain't cheap. But yeah, man, Proper 12 is a must. I gotta try that shit. I don't even think they got it where I live yet. I'm gonna have to order some of that shit on eBay, dog. When I get paid, I need to order 2 bottles because I gotta drink one. I'm not just getting one for fucking decoration. I need one for decoration. I can just use the empty bottle for decoration. Now I'm thinking, all right, full-time family, let's break down Conor McGregor's new deal. It's a 6-fight deal, and it includes Proper 12. Speaking of Proper 12, oh, that's a point that all the coverage of this that I've did, the little bit that I've done, however much I've done, one of the things I still failed to mention because so much happened and this shit was so lit was that whenever Conor McGregor asked Dana White or a fucking I can't believe he did this to Dana. I was like, what? And there was a hint of Conor McGregor having one up on Dana throughout the press conference. Like whenever someone would ask, is Conor McGregor really co-promoting this? Conor McGregor would look up at him like, better let him know. You better let him know. Like, lie if you want to. Like, Conor McGregor looked up at Dana like, I wish you would deny this shit. Like, And then, whenever one of the reporters asked him, like, so Dana White, is it true that Conor McGregor, Proper 12 is going to be an official sponsor? He said, yeah, it is. And Conor McGregor shoved the second microphone in his face, and he said, say it on 2 mics. And I thought Dana was going to be like, dude, chill out. You know, you're fucking on, you're coked up right now. No, I didn't think he was going to say that, but I thought he was going to not say it. You know, he already said it once. Conor sticks another fucking microphone in his face. Say it again. And he was like, yeah, it is. And he said it on both microphones. And then he, like, took a little shot with McGregor. Oh, what are we watching, guys? What are we watching? I want to start a campaign to get full-time MMA to an event so you can speak for us. Hey, man, one of these days, you know, I'll get the equipment. I'll get a fucking car that's in the 2000s, you know what I'm saying, that I can travel on the road with. We're going to be in there one of these days. It'll probably be like 4 or 5 years because YouTube fucking is slashing independent creators in fucking half right now. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Your views are getting slashed in half. Your new viewers, your fucking advertisement, everything is getting slashed in half. So we're really just doing this for fun over here. Of course, salute to the people that help support the channel on Patreon. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's pities. We're doing this because we love the sport. It's not for the fucking money. But one of these days, though, it is going to be dope to be able to go to events and stuff. I still ain't been to a UFC event. One day we'll be there, though. Like, there's a lot of shit. Bellator is on the fucking rise. And we're talking about all this shit going on in the UFC, and we haven't even talked about Bellator. Fucking McDonald versus Mousasi, the welterweight Grand Prix, the heavyweight Grand Prix, a lot of shit going on there. PFL, their tournaments, like, MMA is going fucking nuts right now. It's going crazy. It's just on the rise. UFC is about to be on ESPN. It's just an insane time to be an MMA fan, honestly. And we're all in on it early. We're in early. It's, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. With that being said, let's move on. Conor McGregor, it's a 6-fight new deal. Dana White mistakenly said 8-fight earlier, so some people were you know, thinking it was 8 fights, but it's a 6-fight new deal. Either way, Conor's locked up. That's a lot of money. Now, of course, at any time, he can, like, hold out, but he ain't going to be fighting for Bellator or nothing crazy. Conor's going to be with the UFC at least for 6 more fights. It says, ESPN.com reported that UFC President Dana White confirmed a new 6-fight contract for McGregor, who next month fights lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov in what promotion is touting as the biggest fight in a long history. While the terms of the deal were not disclosed, ESPN reported that the contract includes a Proper 12 presence as a sponsor for every card McGregor fights on. Proper 12 is McGregor's newly released whiskey brand, and he touted it prominently at today's news conference at Radio City Music Hall, where he confirmed, as did White, that the whiskey would be on the canvas for UFC 229. So it's going to be on the canvas, Proper 12, whenever everyone's fighting. All the way from the early fight past prelims to the Sean O'Malley fight to the pay-per-view to the McGregor and Khabib fight, Proper 12 is going to be on that thing. And that's dope. Now, I was thinking, like, is that going to be every UFC event? Like fucking UFC 231, UFC Sao Paulo? Are they going to have Proper 12 on all that shit? But it's just going to be the cards McGregor fights on, I believe. But either way, that's still fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? That's still, for his whiskey, that's hell of a promotion. He's doing great business with that. Conor McGregor doesn't really need money right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Conor McGregor got a new deal with the UFC. But it says there's no boxing rights. And I think that means that the UFC doesn't have the rights to McGregor's boxing. I don't know if that means he can't box, because I'm sure if the UFC wanted to let him box, if they were going to make money off of it, like Mayweather versus McGregor too, I don't know why they wouldn't want to let that happen. Maybe they're saying he can't independently box. Like I said, the details of his contract, of course, weren't all exposed. But 6 fights and Proper 12 is going to be on the octagon for all of McGregor's fights. That's facts. With that being said, here's a lot of the quotes, and we'll go over some of the best ones. These were all a few of the quotes. These weren't even all of them, but just a lot of them. As far as no fans were allowed, Conor said, if I was an owner and I was part of the promotion, I would have had fucking fans in the arena. Where's the fucking fans at? This is who we fight for. That's who pays the bills. That's who deserves this show. As far as the bus incident, he said, I just thank the Lord Jesus Christ that man hadn't got the balls to step foot off that bus, because trust me, if that bus door had opened, this man would be dead right now. This man would be in a box and I would be in a cell, and we would have this we would not have this great fight ahead of us. There are many things I can speak on that incident about the lead up and my emotions and things like that, but there are still many ongoing situations in it, so I'm just here to compete. I showed you my hands, no weapons. The first thing I did when I showed up to the bus is I showed you my hands to let him know I come here unarmed. No weapons. Step off this bus. You talk a big game, now I'm here. He's done fucking nothing. He sat there and took a shit on that bus. There's the shit on the bus line. And that is one thing, I'm not going to lie, man. Say what you want, but that is kind of interesting, man. Say what you want. When Khabib had his whole crew, right, they confronted Artem Lobov. Whenever Conor came to the bus, he did show he was unarmed, right? I mean, it still would have got crazy. It would have been a brawl. But he came, and now it's the shoes on the other foot. Now, Khabib's whole crew wasn't in the bus. He might have only had 2 or 3 people with him. Now Conor's got the numbers. So, that, you know, but with that being said, Conor had the numbers on his side there. So, do you expect Khabib to get off the bus? Should he have got off the bus? Who knows, man? It is what it is. But I am just saying, though, to be fair, they had numbers the other day whenever they were confronting Artem. They had like 5, or they had more than 5. They had like 10 people to Artem's 2 when they confronted him. And Khabib was like, how come your friend let me slap him? How come your friend let me slap him? Hold on, motherfucker. You ain't fighting Artem. He said Artem knows what he should have did. He should have left your ass in stitches and got the hell out of there. Conor was on fire. He said he should have left your ass in stitches and got the hell out of there. There's 10 of them motherfuckers. But he said Artem knows what he should have did. So he kind of shut that whole thing down, and Khabib kept saying, how come I slapped Artem? How come you let me slap Artem? Or how come Artem got slapped? So, hey, motherfucker, how come you shit yourself on the bus? McGregor kept saying. That shit was crazy. But he said, when the person you were looking for showed up, you took a fucking shit on the back of the bus, or you took a shit on the back of the bus. Shame me. You said send location. Here it is right in front of you. I'm right in front of you. Do you not see me outside the bus? No. Did you not see me outside the bus? Right in front of you. You tapped on the bus windows. I'll tap your head off the canvas. The threats. Here's my location, little fool. Right in front of you. Do something about it. Do something about it, you little fool. You'll do nothing. You're going to be wrestling my knuckle from your orbital bone. You're a fake, lying rat. I'm real. I wear it on my chest. There's a gorilla on my chest, and I wear it proud, mate. I don't lie about nothing. I'm going to love putting you misery. I'm going to love putting you misery and stomping on your head. Show up to this fight, and we'll get this over with. Pull out, and you know what's going to happen to you back home, kid. So I don't know what the fuck that means, but clearly Conor does, and he does his research, so he probably knows what he's talking about. But that shit low-key sounded kind of like political, I don't know, dark, like Dana White said. Pull out and you know what's going to happen to you back home. Like, what the fuck are they going to do if he's back? Oh, maybe, like, call him, like, you know, like, he might get, like, disgraced and shit for pulling out of this big-ass fight with McGregor. I don't know, but either way, that shit was crazy. And then a few more notes, Conor, and really all of these quotables, right, were from Conor and McGregor. There's a few things that Khabib said, but most of this shit's from Conor. He said, this fool's been saying that it's going to be a long night. I'm ready for a long night. You hold on to these legs for dear life. That's how you fight. You talk chicken this, chicken that. You fucking, you're shitting your jocks with your something game on top, but you fight like a little fucking rat anyway. I'm going to love every second of it. I hope it's a long night. I believe one round he has a glass jaw. All my Chechen friends, they tell me they have chicken jaws in Dagestan. So Conor McGregor was just hitting him, man, and he wasn't done. I mean, the rest is the last segment from this article, and I'm going to shout out to who wrote it because they pulled all these quotes from the press conference. But it says, I came back for the love of this, to come back and shut this man up, a little rat, a little weasel. This is the thing I truly love, putting a bad beating on this little glass jaw rat. The man was a fanboy. He bought t-shirts of mine. He supported the cause, you little fanboy. You little fanboy bitch. Ask these nuts. I don't have to do nothing for nobody. I'm psycho bred, mate. I don't have to lick no one's asshole for a check like you. Murr. Shut your mouth, mate. You're a dirt box. You're absolute dirt. I can't believe he's 26. I never met an unbeaten amateur in the game. He's fought nobody. Absolutely nobody. Whew. Just a little bit of the heat from the press conference, and that didn't even do it justice. But still, salute to MMA Junkie and also Mike Bone for that article, because they did pull out a lot of the heat. So, yeah, man, crazy fucking press conference. One of the things that didn't happen, though, is John Jones did not get announced. As a matter of fact, Dana White said, 100% John Jones is not fighting at Madison Square Garden. It's not even up for fucking speculation or debate anymore. He said 100%. So with that being said, is it going to be 231 with Joanna and Valentina? Is it going to be 232 with Nunes and Cyborg? Or is it going to be early 2019 on ESPN? We don't know. But if Daniel Cormier doesn't want to fight Brock right now, and you can kind of see why. If Daniel Cormier has to fight John Jones right now, he could lose his Brock Lesnar fight. He's like, I want to fight Brock Lesnar and then fight John Jones. You fucking kidding me? Let me get this easy fucking payday, knock out Brock Lesnar, and then I'll fight John Jones. And if he beats me, what the fuck ever. I'm trying to retire anyway. But with that being said, and Dana White also said he wasn't very confident in Daniel Cormier retiring. He's like, what? He said he's going to retire? Yeah, they all say that. It's not as easy to retire from this game as you think. So, I mean, and with that being said, I do think if Daniel Cormier fights Brock in January or February, he would fight John Jones in March or April, even if it was a month after his birthday. So, yeah, man. Not going to happen at Madison Square Garden, though, and I actually think that kind of sucks dick. I'm not going to lie, because I wanted to see this. I wanted to see it at Madison Square Garden, and I wanted to see it right now. You know why? Because not only would they be fighting for both of their legacies, John Jones fighting for everything he lost multiple times, proving he can beat DC clean. Or is he? I don't know. I don't know. He should be, right? He's back. He's in the testing pool, so I guess so. But also Daniel Cormier fighting to prove that he can beat John Jones clean at heavyweight. Heavyweight legacy on the line. If he loses, on top of both of these guys fighting for the legacy, they're fighting for the Brock Lesnar fight. That's now dangled, so it would be in Madison Square Garden, Jones versus DC3 at heavyweight. Winner gets Brock. I mean, it would be fucking crazy, but it's not happening, unfortunately. So with that being said, we'll see when it happens, but a lot of us did expect that, though. So, and I see Coco Butt says Dana never lies. He does, but he's not the only one. Ariel Helwani also reported multiple sources confirmed that that's not the plans, and I don't think Ariel Helwani would risk his credibility on that. And if Dana White said probably not, if he said 99% even, but he said 100%. And if it was gonna be, why wouldn't they have announced it today when the world was watching? Why would you not announce John Jones' return today? You know what I'm saying? I think they should have announced it today if that was the case. So it is what it is. Where one says, John Jones fat as fuck, out of shape. He got train a bit. He won't be ready. Man, if he's getting tested by USADA, man, and he's got to be clean now. And Chael Sonnen put it out there like this. He said, you can expect John Jones to fail another test. When a lot of these other fighters fail their tests and they get proven innocent, they're like, hey, this is the supplement I was taking. I was only taking this one supplement. Go to the store, buy every one off the shelf, and test them. And it's contaminated. So they get found innocent. Well, John Jones, they're like, so what do you take? He's like 2 or 3 things. And they're like, is it 2 or is it 3? Like, what are you taking? Come to find out, he brings like 12 supplements up there. Like, it could be any of these. And so he brings all 12 of them up there, and none of them are contaminated. And so it's like, they really didn't even find a contaminated supplement. They're just saying, well, since we don't think he had a good reason to cheat, like, we believe he might not be cheating. That's one narrative, but then there's the narrative that he got 30 months taken off because of USADA's like snitching clause. So that's a whole nother thing. But either way, man, we'll see what happens. When will John Jones fight again? Can't be facts. How will he look at heavyweight? Can't be sure. I mean, he's looked like he's been looking like a heavyweight. Is it fat? Is it because he's trying to actually build legit muscle without steroids to be a heavyweight? Is that even possible for John Jones? Who knows? But at heavyweight, Daniel Cormier is undefeated. Valentine T says, Snoop Dogg's a disgrace to the American people. He's a pooch. You ain't no big dog. You a pooch. That's funny, dog. I don't know about, you could say that about so many people. I mean, I don't know if he's a disgrace. I don't know if I would go that far and say he's a disgrace to the American people. I think there's a lot worse people out there than somebody that just roots for their team. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of amped fans, you know, is what I'm saying. Especially some of the shit. If he thought it was Colby Covington, you know what I'm saying? Like, just somebody that isn't a hardcore fan. Snoop Dogg's, you can't imagine Snoop Dogg to be a hardcore fan like you or me. This motherfucker's a superstar, megastar, well-renowned recording artist, been in movies, he ain't a hardcore fan. He probably legit thought that was Colby Cup. Fuck that motherfucker. You know, the dude that's been saying all the crazy racist shit. Fuck, you know, so I don't know if I would call him a disgrace for that, but if you're working for the UFC, it's another story. Hashtag Fire Snoop. Fuck you, Tom Matt. So we'll see what happens with John Jones in DC. But like I said, like we heard about or talked about during the Simp segment, Valentina Shevchenko versus Joanna for the vacant flyweight title at UFC 231. This is the fight that I thought made all the sense. I've been saying that, like, if it's not going to be Caitlin Chukagian at Madison Square Garden, and I was saying that before we even knew about Joanna being a possibility, it's Joanna. And it's not just because it's the biggest money fight. It's also the biggest legacy fight for Valentina Shevchenko, and it's also the most legitimate title fight because Joanna Jędrzejczyk has had a notoriously sort of tough time cutting to 115. You know, even before this division was made, Joanna talked about fighting at 125. It wasn't here yet, and she has a legacy in this sport, and she could honestly beat a lot of the girls at fucking 125 right now. And as far as who should be fighting for the vacant title, none of those girls have made a clear-cut case. It's not like there's any of them that even have more than 3 fights in the division. It's a new division. So there's a lot of other fighters that are like, Joanna doesn't deserve this title shot. Where's Valentina? Yeah, she does. She's the fucking former strawweight GOAT that's been talking about moving up to this division, and this is a fight the fans have been wanting to see. So with that being said, after Valentina Shevchenko whoops Joanna, we'll see what she does from there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she goes back down to 115 to fight the winner of Rose and Jessica Andrade. Maybe she stays at 125 to fight little sis, Antonina Shevchenko. Either way, can't wait for this fight, though, UFC 231. Even though I don't know how competitive it's going to be a good fight. So, yeah, man. With that being said, man, it's time to shut down the show, and then we're going to go live again, and we're going to do a quick recap or a quick preview of Bellator 205 and UFC Sao Paulo, because it's 6 in the morning, and I ain't been to sleep, and I still got to go to work and try and get a little bit of rest for work, so we'll see how that goes. So with that being said, we are going to end this show. UFC Yankovic, actually, these aren't even on UFC Yankovic yet. That's how fucking official these are. We're going to start it off with McGregor. No, we already did McGregor versus Khabib to start the show. So to end the show, we're going to start it off with Sean O'Malley Kill Shot, Eminem Kill Shot remix. But we're going to be playing the official version, the Stockton Slaps world premiere, officially remastered and produced by Stockton Slaps, our motherfucking dog. Here we go. Here we go.
Rich the producer.
Dana just replied to my text last night. I sent him one and I asked who's next. He told me Jose, so I told him no sweat. I'ma fold him like a taco, I'ma beat him half to death. It's Sean O'Malley, bitch. Don't let these looks fool you, I'm always down to kick ass. And no, I'm not a racist, but I'll pound a spick fast. If you get up in my way, on my route to the cash. I apologize, cause y'all sensitive as fuck, I know y'all gon' cry. But I'm a little drunk and I'm always high. I've been smoking on some skunk, sipping on some wine. Welcome to the Sugar Show, sweeter than a motherfucking Tootsie Roll. If you didn't know, then you wouldn't know. At UFC 229, I'm sending shots like a scared white man at a black with a hoodie on. And my bitch got a booty going, got my woody on. Made it hard to even make it through the song, but I had to cause I had to do you wrong. Had to let the world know I'm about to smoke you like I do a bong. Motherfucker.
Fuck you talking about full-time family. Salute the Stockton Slaps on the motherfucking production. Are you kidding me? That shit is heat. Fuck you talking about full-time family. But that's not all. We got one more world premiere. Fresh off the motherfucking stove. Fire Snoop. Y'all ain't ready.
Yeah, call the cable company. Help. Fight back. Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay. Beating him up like he got a bunch of help.
You know you fucked up, right?
Jump in, Big John. Jump in. You getting beat up like you getting jumped.
Mystic full time in the house.
I got my money on this Khabib. I ain't never heard of him.
Let's get it. With so much drama in this day and age, it's kinda hard being full-time MMA. But I, somehow, someway, keep coming up with content for my hitters like every single day. Now let's get to this nigga Snoop. Disrespecting McGregor, thinking that shit was cute. Calling Conor a bitch, what the fuck does that make you? You ain't no big dog, old nigga, you a pooch. And keep it real, Conor didn't even fucking lose. Fuck the Mayweathers, made $1 million off them dudes. And that's in a pillow fight. Boxing ain't no real fight. How we get knocked out to walk out looking like 1 million likes? Snoop, I think you sipping too much gin and juice, cause something's gotten into you. What the fuck you thinking dissing one of the dudes getting you paid? Now a lot of people don't like you. Got him on Twitter yelling hashtag fire Snoop.
I got Khabib.
Biatch.
Put his nuts in his face.
Full time in the house.
He talking plenty shit.
Mystic full time in the house. Hold up, we ain't fucking done. Cause Snoop came back screaming fuck Donald Trump while watching Willie beat on Till. Look, brother, you need to chill. Darren ain't American, you must be off the weed and pills, the speed and seals. Cup filled with lean in the vodka. Snoop Doggy Dogg seems to be off his rocker. You don't really want any beef, this ain't boxing. This is MMA, will bring them knees up to your face or take you down and beat you on the ground. Khabib, when I speak to you between every pound, you'll be bleeding, I'll leave your ass up, face down, pause, walking around with no teeth, making not a sound. Super pause.
Skinny Bone Jones.
Full time in the house.
Hey.
What they got you sipping on?
Mystic full time in
That motherfucking proper 12 is what I'm trying to be sipping on. Fuck you talking about, full-time family, man. It is what it is. Salute to Stockton Slaps, man. Good night. Good morning to everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We're going to shut this down. I'm going to set up the live stream for the Sao Paulo Bellator 205 preview. We're going to do that 20-minute, 30-minute quick preview, and then we out. But thank you guys for tuning into this McGregor versus Khabib UFC 229 breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Got a lot of information, and you're even more hyped for the fucking fight at UFC 229 taking place on October 6th. With that being said, man, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.